today what I'm showing you guys how to do, for those of you that are home, is coordinate midpoint. So the first questions are just finding the midpoint. You can cross out number 5 here. You guys have this in your packet of notes. It starts with yellow sheets, just happens to be white in there. And then the assignment is in the other packets. You guys already have what you need. Okay, so in this example, all I'm going to do is, let's actually write down the formula for this. The formula for finding the midpoint is you add the x's. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. It's like finding the average of the x's, and then add the y's. That's my formula. So add the x's divided by 2, add the y's divided by 2. So like for this one here, I'm going to add the x's. So I'm going to add 1 plus 3, which is 4, divided by 2 is 2. Then I'm going to add negative 2 plus 4, which is 2, divided by 2 is 1. That's all you got to do to find the midpoint. Add them and divide by 2. Okay, for the next one, I'd add 3 plus negative 1, which is 2, divided by 2 is 1. And 8 plus negative 6 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. Now, if it doesn't come out even, there's nothing wrong with that. I just add them and then just round it, just do a decimal. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5, divided by 2 is negative 2.5. And 5 plus negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 0.5. So those are pretty simple to do. Okay, that's the formula for that. Now, when I'm doing the problems backwards, I'm going to do the formula backwards. So this is the midpoint. So like here, when I did these, I added the x's divided by 2 to get my midpoint. This time I'm going to do my midpoint, and I'm doing the formula backwards. So instead of dividing by 2, I'm going to times by 2, and then I'm going to subtract the x-coordinate that I know. Now to do y, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the midpoint times 2 and subtract the coordinate for y. So I'm doing it backwards. So let's start with this one. This midpoint is negative 2 15. So to get the x-coordinate, I'm going to take the x-coordinate of the midpoint, which is negative 2, take it times 2, and then subtract the x-coordinate of the other endpoint I'm given, which is 6. So I go negative 2 times 2, I double this and subtract that. That would be negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. That's the first part. Now for the y, I'm going to start with the midpoint, which is 15. Take it times 2, okay, just like this, and then subtract the y-coordinate I know, which is 9. 15 times 2 is 30, minus 9 is 21. So the coordinates of the midpoint here would be negative 10, 21. Okay, and this one, I'm going to start with the midpoint. I'm going to do the x first, so I'm doing this. So I go midpoint, negative 4, times 2, subtract the x-coordinate I know, which is 5. And that's negative 8 minus 5, which is negative 13. Okay, for the second part, I start with 4, take it times 2, subtract negative 6, because that's what the other endpoint of the y is. That's 8. This ends up being plus 6, which is 14. So my point is negative 13, 14. Okay, now the assignment for you guys looks just like this. It's in this packet right here. Okay, and it's right here. All you have to do is this page, just the front. You don't have to do the back. So that's all you got to do for tomorrow. Okay, hope that helps.